We have an update on Ighodaro. We are also going to talk about what's happening with Morris, and we'll also talk about Kaizer Chiefs and their status on signing another goalkeeper, and another update on Rushwin Dudley. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bello, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. Help the channel grow by subscribing today. We're trying to get to 60,000 before the end of this month. Please make sure to like the video and most importantly, subscribe if you haven't. So we have an update on Ighodaro, Etiosa God's Power Ighodaro, a striker who has his contract with Mamelodi Sundowns has been finished, right? Because it's been getting loaned out so many times. And now he is basically eligible to be registered as a South African player. Basically, now if he was to be bought by Kaizer Chiefs, he wouldn't be registered as a foreign player. But, of course, there's a but. There's always a but. This issue is not now in a shape and form of Mamelodi Sundowns. But it turns out that now there's an offer for Ighodaro that's coming from Morocco. There's a club that's playing in the Botola League that is interested in his services. Now, obviously, some people would say that, this is obviously just done by his agents to push Chiefs and all of that stuff. But you will remember that Ighodaro was actually on the list of the players that were supposed to leave with Kaizer Chiefs. So I'm guessing that his papers, the permit or whatever that he needs, has not been sorted out. So because of that, he ended up not traveling with Kaizer Chiefs because the talks were that he's traveling with Kaizer Chiefs. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because if they've signed a contract with him, then he's most likely going to be with Kaizer Chiefs when they come back. Which brings us to someone who is currently with Kaizer Chiefs in Netherlands. And I'm talking, of course, about our number 40, is 40 what? Whatever the number is. Our number 40-something, Tashreeq Morris. So what is happening with Morris is that since Silva has arrived, and there's Dupree, and there's Hlongwane who's been given some minutes, and there's also Ighodaro being linked with the Chiefs. There's Uduba. And Uduba, by the way, if you've noticed, he's not been given any minutes. Chiefs has not updated us whether he's injured or not. But regardless, this is my guess. It's either he's injured. If he's not injured, it's because the coach already knows what he gets from Uduba. So probably what we'll see is that Duba, as the final piece of the puzzle, being a striker, is not necessarily needed as much as the midfielders and the back line. So they're like, let's experiment first with the new striker, second with Hlongwane, who's a young striker, and then with Morris, who, according to reports, is one player who could still leave Kaizer Chiefs, because now there's a lot of strikers that Kaizer Chiefs has. And in the context of the fact that Ighodaro was linked with the fact that it was supposed to travel with Kaizer Chiefs, then it makes sense why Morris might be that player who would get sacrificed in a way when Chiefs look at a player who they might have to release. Because if we're being honest, since Morris has been signed by Chiefs, unfortunately, he's not given us anything. The one thing that we needed from him were goals, and he couldn't score a single goal to save his life so far. And because of that, and I'm sure he's hearing what people are saying, he's losing confidence. He's just going to be the next victim like Ranga, and then he's just going to end up leaving. So I think that the signing never made sense to begin with, and now Chiefs are finding out again what happens if you just sign a player for no particular reason, and now you have to end up releasing him. Which then brings us to what Muzuki has said. Yes, the goalkeeper coach is still with Kaizer Chiefs, although there were links that he might be on his way out. So Umuzuki apparently, not apparently, in an interview, he was talking about the fact that we might be too harsh on the keepers. Now, I don't know how they define harsh, where he's coming from, because as likable as he is, you cannot possibly tell me that what Bruce Bvuma did to us last season is defendable. If you just look at the goals, some of the goals that Bruce conceded, they shouldn't have gone in. They shouldn't have gone in. So the coach saying that we're too harsh on Obvuma. Like, if we're talking about Fiacre Ntwari, I can understand if someone is saying that, oh, Chiefs fans were too harsh on Ntwari. He's new at Kaizer Chiefs. But if we're talking about Peterson and Bruce, these guys have been at Chiefs, more especially Bruce. He's been at Chiefs. So it's not like there's still stage fright with him. It's not like he's still not used to the environment. He's been at Chiefs. So I'm not one who likes to criticize players, especially of Kaizer Chiefs. But I'm also not going to turn a blind eye and say, oh, Bvuma was perfect last season. Maybe we're too harsh. I don't think we're harsh. Because there are certain things that he still does to this day. Like, Chiefs clearly wants to play from the back. But Yane always wants to balloon the ball forward. And he's not even that accurate. Sometimes there's a simple pass that he could just play, but he balloons the ball forward because he's panicking. When is he going to learn? Because this is coming from a place of love. Like, I know that Bruce is capable of doing certain things, of stopping shots at times, but then sometimes he just commits blunders that shouldn't be considered. Understand? So I think that the goalkeeper coach is doing his job, obviously trying to defend his players, but we're not harsh on Bruce. Bruce ubezidlisa abafowethu. Even them as the technical team, they changed him when they went to the final because they saw that he was going to commit a blunder. He had committed a blunder in the previous Soweto derby. We lost that derby because of Bruce, and now they benched him in the final to avoid the same embarrassment. So yeah, he's going to protect the players, but he knows the truth himself. Which brings us to Rushun Totli. So remember that we have been talking a lot about Rushun Totli's knee and the fact that his knee was strapped. I don't remember the challenge where he got injured, but apparently he's recovering right now. That's why we've not seen him play. We knew Vele that he's still in recovery. But when he got injured, he says that he was tackled from the side and the opponent did not even get a yellow card, which, by the way, same thing happened with Castillo, who was fouled inside the box, and then the opponent was not even given a yellow card, and then it wasn't even a penalty in a game that we ended up losing. So right now we know that in the PSL there won't be a VAR, because I think it was Mazola who reported, if not Lorenz, a few days ago, that the referees were attending whatever that they attend before the beginning of the season, whereby they are told if there have been new rules that this is how you're going to work. They are briefed, basically. I think one of the things that they would have been briefed on is the new 8-second rule. But in that briefing, there was no VR. So that means we're still going to be subjected to poor decisions by referees. But then again, if it wasn't for poor decision by referees, Chiefs wouldn't have won Nedbank Cup against Sundowns. But it's fine. Sundowns got their skull nice roper, so fair is fair. So I think that totally does not need to be rushed. There's still Aiden McCarthy who's playing fantastic in his position. So for now, it's fine. But what do you guys think about Ighodaro? Do you think that Chiefs could still use a striker like him? Should they release Morris? And last but not least, do you think Chiefs will be signing a goalkeeper, given the words of the goalkeeper coach about the current situation in that department? Do let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe. And until next time, remember, Ecos al Pelumoy. And since you are watching, even now, if you are watching to this point, that means you are one of the people who loves the content. And if you love the content, you can support the channel here. These are the bank details, Army, and then you can send however much that you feel comfortable with on this account. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.